Hello traders, in this video we will do analysis for Monday, that is 13th of July. So we will start. In this video I will start from the beginning, how I do my analysis, and yet I haven't done much research after the Friday. So I'll start from the beginning and see how it goes. First we have Nifty, and I think that if we see it on the chart, there is a possibility that some accumulation is coming. Now, what is the reason for that? If we see that from the lower levels of 7,500, that we have been in a good uptrend. But now, if we see that the swing sizes are getting smaller and we are getting some accumulation here from the last few days, I think 3 to 4 days, the Nifty has been sideways. So there is a possibility that we will come down a bit and then stay here for some time and then look to move up again. Also, we have some accumulation over here. So there is a small possibility, I'm not saying much, but there is a small possibility that we might get a up move towards the 11,100 levels, maybe till here. Nothing much, like how much point is there? 300, 200, 300 points. Not much more is left. So there is a possibility that we can do that, but I will suggest that not to open any long positions in Nifty from now on. And even if it is going up 200, 300 points, we can leave this and then look to work in the stocks. Because now what is going to happen is that if we look it on the monthly chart, then we had a sharp correction here. We got a good fall, and now we have almost hit a V-shaped recovery. If we look it on the weekly, then we see that this is almost a V-shaped recovery, and if it goes directly to the 12,500 level, I think that happening of this chance is very, very low. So mostly we will spend some time here. Now the lower range I think will be this accumulation right here, this area, and I think that there is a chance this is around 10,000 levels. So there is a chance that we can stay in this range for quite some time and do some accumulation here, because the next uptrend I think we will directly reach to 12,500. Now what can happen? That we'll start doing some accumulation here. Maybe, so the chance of going up, there is like 40% chance of going up and 60% chance of coming down from here. So not sure that what is going to happen. That is the probability right now. But the thing is that even if it is going up, I think there is less chance of it continuing it like this. And even if it is going up, then it will come down for correction, because we have some accumulation over here. If we see multiple days of accumulation, so this will provide resistance, as all the people who are trapped in there will likely to exit if the market has to come up and minimize their loss. So I think even if there is a small up move, we will come into the correction, or the correction just start from here as well. Now I think we will not go below 10,000. This is my prediction, and I think that we can spend some time here in the sideways market, and then finally we get the breakout and we will reach the higher levels. We will face some resistance here, and then we will come back, and then usually how the price action works, that at the resistance levels we get some corrections and then we keep moving up. So how the market can move up is that this is a resistance zone and this is a resistance zone, because it was support earlier. So we have two resistance zones, and now the market can accumulate, build some positions here, then go up, do some correction, then take support from this resistance, go up, then do some correction here, and then go up again. This is how the market moves. Whenever there is a previous accumulation that provides resistance, so that area the market uses it to correct itself. So this accumulation, the market can use it to correct itself when it goes to the upper levels. This is how the market moves. So as of now, we have been in a good uptrend. If we see higher highs, But now there is some accumulation, there is some possible weakness, and there's a chance that we can come down to the 10,000 levels. I don't think we will go below that. Now the market can spend some time here. How much time, it is not possible to tell. That the market will decide. It can take 1 month, 2 months, 15 days. It's on the market. But we will know when we get a breakout, we will know. Now for Bank Nifty, if we see, let's take Fibonacci. If we take Fibonacci from where the fall started, that was the high on 20th January, and if we take the low, we see that Bank Nifty is above the 618 level, 61.8% retracement. And if we do the same thing for Bank Nifty, that we start it from the 20th January, even though it has been falling from above that, but let's take 20th January itself. So we see that it has not even reached the 50% levels. So this clearly shows that the Bank Nifty is weaker than Nifty. And if we just compare them like side by side, we see that the Bank Nifty had reached to the upper levels around this accumulation. If we see this accumulation, Nifty is almost here, while Bank Nifty is not even close to there. It is like way far, almost 7,000 points far. So this is completely weak as per the chart. And if we analyze here, then we see that the Bank Nifty can take support around 20,500 levels. And maybe if it wants to go up like Nifty, maybe there is a possibility that we can go a small up and then correct in this phase. So remember this, that there is a possibility of some upward movement, but most likely we will stay in some range for some time. Now this doesn't mean that you will start buying options, you start buying put options. As I have said so many times, that buying options, unless you are doing it for hedging, is completely wrong. You should never do it. Now the only reason that people buy options and trade in options is because they are greedy. Don't take it in a negative way. I'll explain why this happens. Now let's say you have 20,000 capitals. I know how it works. You have 20,000 capitals and you want to buy a Bank Nifty option, let's say 100 quantity, and the price is 20 rupees. So this is 200 rupees, and you want to buy 100 quantity. And now your expectation is that I'll sell this put for 300 rupees or 400 rupees and double my money. This is why there is a problem of greediness here, that you are expecting to sell an option, double your money. If you are buying option worth 20 rupees, you think that I can sell this for 30 rupees, make 50% gain in small amount of time, or sell this for even 25 rupees. This is still 25% gain, and that too in a small period of time. A lot of people don't make 25% in 1 year, and you are thinking to make this in a few days. This is completely greediness and it will not work. Even if you had some good days and you made a lot of profit in options, then you can't do it consistently. It is completely wrong. So what was the original purpose of the options? The options were introduced to cover the risk. It is like an insurance. So what people do is, what big investors or what the hedge funds do is, that they hedge their position. Now what does that mean? For example, that if I think from this point Nifty is likely to come down to the lower levels, so what I do is I start building a position here by selling futures of the July expiry. I'm selling July expiry futures. Now futures are highly risky because they have a lot of leverage in it. Now I have built a big position. Let's say I have built a 50 lakhs position. Now what I want to do is, I want to don't want to do this naked position. I don't want to have this naked position. So I want to cover some risk. Now what I do is, I buy very out of the money options. Let's say 12,000 or 11,000 options, because they are very cheap. They'll be like 5-10 rupees, and I'll buy those. They are very cheap. and in case that there is a sudden increase, then I'm losing a lot of money in the futures. But these options will become very expensive. As they were 5 rupees, they can easily become 50, 100 rupees, uh, almost 10 to 20 times, because I bought a lot of way out of the money options. They were very cheap, but if they come into the money, then the price will increase significantly. So in this way, my net overall will be net loss, because I have a very huge position in futures. But these options will help me cover those losses. So this is the purpose of hedging. And now same way goes to the upside, that if some person is expecting that the market will be bullish, so he can buy a lot of futures, nifty futures. And what he'll do is that he will buy way out of the money puts, which are very cheap. And if in case that there is a sudden fall, then the uh, price of the options will increase significantly, and the loss which is in the futures, which is very very high because of the big position, is covered in the options. So this is why the options were introduced. Now what people are doing is they're just naked buying options. Naked buying, that means you are not covering your position. Now hedging is done for a big position. If you have a 50,000 position, doesn't mean you will hedge your position. This is wrong. Like in our usual life, that if we are buying some appliance, let's say we buy a TV of 1 lakh rupees, we don't buy insurance for it. That's how it works. But let's say if we are buying a 15 lakh rupees of TV or some fridge, not fridge, let's say some very expensive 8K LED TV, 3D TV, something like that, which is 10-15 lakhs, then there is a possibility that we might buy insurance for this, because it is very expensive. So we are hedging our position for the we are paying the premium, but we are covering some risk here. So this is the logic of buying options. Now if you are buying naked options, that means you don't have any position and you are simply buying options. What you are doing is you are buying risk for someone else. Now what that means is, let me give you an example. So let's say I own a car. I am person A and you are person B. I just bought a car of 10 lakh rupees. Now what you are doing is, now what the B person is doing is, he is thinking that this guy is a very inexperienced or bad driver and he is going to crash the car, and he says that, you know what, I'll buy the insurance for you. Now what he does is he buys 30,000 rupees insurance for his car, thinking that this guy who is so what A did is that A knows that he's an expert driver. So let me start from the beginning. So A bought a car worth rupees 10 lakh, and there is B. Now A knows that he's an expert driver and he will not crash the car. So he says to B that so now A thinks that just in case that there is something bad thing happens that is very unfortunate. So he tells B that you buy insurance for me and the premium is 30,000. So B buys that option, and what B is thinking that this guy is not smart and is a very inexperienced driver and is going to crash the car, and when the damages will be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, I'll sell this option for 3 to 4 times of money. But you have to understand that the person who is selling you this option, he is very very more experienced than you, and if you are thinking that this person is going to make a mistake, the chance of that happening is very very less, because if he is risking his 10 lakh asset to you, then he is not stupid, he is very very smart person, and he knows that he won't crash the car, and your 30,000 option will expire worthless. So this is what happens in the market. This is how insurance company makes money. For example, there is an insurance company, let's say Tarun Limited, and I have around 250 subscribers on Telegram. And let's say all of you, you bought a car worth rupees 10 lakhs. All of you bought a car worth of 250 of you bought cars worth of 10 lakhs each. So that comes to, so if we see that, then it comes to around 250 into 10 lakh. Sorry, you bought a car worth of 10 lakh, but you are buying the insurance. I'm selling the insurance, I'm the insurance company. I'm selling it for 30,000 for a year. Now what happens is that I'll get 250 into 30,000. So I'm getting 75 lakh rupees for premium. Now I know that 10% of you is going to crash the car. So that is how much the option is claimed. Even if you see the Nifty chain, option chain for Nifty and Bank Nifty, 90% of the options go worthless. So only 10% options are claimed. And same happens here, that I know that 10% of you are going to crash the car. So 25% of you will crash the car. So let's assume that the average claim will be 1 lakh rupees, or even we'll go to the extreme measures. We'll think that the claim will be 2 lakh. So 25 of you claiming 2 lakhs each will be 50 lakh, but still I'm making here 25 lakhs because 90% of the options will expire worthless. So all their money will be for me. So this is how options work. And if you are thinking that you can make a lot of money consistently buying options, then you are wrong. It is not possible, and options should be used for hedging purposes only. So if you think that I'm telling you that there is a possibility, then in the coming month the market can come down to 10,000 and you start buying options of 10,000 Nifty put, then there is a most likely the most possible outcome is that you will lose your money, because the market knows that people will do that. So it will just close above 10. Even if it closes at 10,100, then you will still lose money. And if the market stays in the upper range, that is also possible, that because we have some supports here at these levels. So in case that the market even decides to come down and you are holding 10,000 put and the market starts coming down, it will face support at these places and the market can become sideways and come slowly, and you will simply lose all the money in time decay. So that is why I'm completely against option buying. And if you want to do trading, then we can do some trading in futures, build a big position, and then hedge our positions by buying options. Now for the levels, Nifty levels, we see that there is some weakness here. That the market has been sideways from 4 days. It has been 4 days. Now let's assume that the market is going up. So we have to find resistance levels which will become our target. Now we start to go back. We try to find some previous price action which has happened in this place. Now we start to go back. No price action, no price action. In the upper levels, no price action, no price action. And finally, we have some price action at these levels. So if we look closely at these levels, let's find where the market took support, because the support will now become a resistance now. So if we see that first point where the market took support was this level, which is around 10,900 level. And the second point where the market took support is at these levels. As you can see, it was first resistance and then the market took support from here and then it fell. And it almost fell 3%, 4%. So all the people who are trapped there will now start to exit if the market starts to come up. So this areas will provide resistance, and if we plot the lines, then they come at around 10,900. We will use the round number, and if we go to the upper level, then it comes to 10,975 near those levels. Then the next support is this level, which is at 11,100. So the targets, if the market decides to go up, are these, which is 10,890, 10,975, and if there is a further up movement, then 11,100. I don't think we will go above 11,100 even if the market is bullish. Now if we look at the lower levels, we will find resistances, because that are the places which will now act as a resistance, act as a support. Now why is that? Because let's assume that you are trading in the market and you saw these inverted hammer candles, and you think that the market is weak, and you sold futures at this point. You sold futures at 10,600. But next day, the market directly gap up open above 1%, and it is 112 points. So you see a big loss. Now, what your mentality is that as soon as the market comes to this level, I will exit my position. Now, how do we exit a short position? We exit the short position by buying. So what happens is that all these people who are trapped here when the market opened gap up next day, so all these people are trapped, and as soon as the market reaches this level, they'll start exiting their positions. They'll exit at break even, so the market goes up, because we exit short position by buying. So this becomes support. Now 10,625 levels become our support. Then we'll go to the 15-minute time frame. So this becomes our support. Now this is a support, but it has already been traded here, as we saw the V-shaped recovery. Then further, this support, which has also seen some reaction, and then we have this level. All those people who shorted here are also trapped. So if the market decides to come down, then there is a possibility that we can come here. Now, how do I set the levels? So we'll use the same levels. Now what we will do is we'll use the 15-minute chart, and we will set our target here. First target at 10,625 and the second target at 10,440. And now we see the immediate support. So the immediate support was this V-shaped recovery, and if we go it on the even smaller time frame, then we see that the market has taken support here twice. If we remove this, we see that the market found some support here, and then again at this level. So if the market is breaking this level now, it is most likely going to fall to the 10,625 levels. So this is how I set the targets. And on Monday, if the market starts to trade below and we get a closing of the 15-minute candle, let's say we get a candle like this on the 15-minute, or a candle like this on the 15-minute, then there is a possibility that it will reach to the 10,625 levels. Also we have a gap here, so there is a possibility of gap filling. And if we decide to go up, so this is the resistance area, and we cannot go long till we go above this point. So if we go above, our targets, as we discussed, are 10,890, and on the upper side 10,975. So I think about Nifty everything is clear, and I don't recommend options even if the market. So what some of you will do is that you'll go to your broker, you'll see that the 10,600 put, and as soon as the market crosses tomorrow this level, you will buy the 10,600 and 10,600 put. This is the wrong way to trade, and you should not do that. You should make position in options, future selling, or you should sell call. You should sell options. So if the market starts to go below this level, what you can do is you can sell the 10,800 calls or 10,700 calls and trade in that way. Because if it is coming down, then this entire area will provide resistance and the market can become sideways here. So all the option will decay and you will get a very sure money here. So this is how the trading works. Now if we go to the Bank Nifty and do the same analysis here. Now Bank Nifty is already at the support level, which we discussed, the 22,375 level, and Bank Nifty is taking support here. And in case Bank Nifty wants to go up, then we try to find the previous support and resistance zones. So we'll start to find where are the resistance in the upper areas. So if we go back, we see this price action here, and first the market had some support here on the if you draw this line, then around 23,000 level the market took support. So if we come back, we see that exactly at this level the market found resistance. Now if it has to go up, it will move to the next support where the market will now give resistance. So if we see, then the next support is visible in this area, these small candles here. So around 23,475 and 23,700, this can be the area of resistance. So if there is a chance that we start to go up tomorrow and go up about 23,000, then we can expect the market to move 300-400 points, which in my opinion is less likely for tomorrow. But in case that we break this support, now on the 15-minute, I think there is another support which is important, which is this level, because the market took support here, then resistance here. Now it can take support here. So this is an important level. But now if in case the 22,180 level is breached and we start to go down, then we can directly reach to these levels, which has provided support earlier, which has acted as a resistance. So now this can be the place to place for the target. Also there was a gap up opening, so all the players who sold here are trapped and they will exit their positions here. So this can be a good support. And if the market is coming below 22,180 levels, so we can fall to the lower levels of 21,850. And if there is a further downfall, then we have this support, this resistance which we had earlier, and now it will act as a support, and these levels are well. So this can be the place for the Bank Nifty to come down. And in the upcoming days, there is a possibility of further fall. Then we have the lower levels of these. But first, let's see whether what the market does on Monday, and then we will look at the further levels. So this is it for the video, and I'll be making one more video and we will do the analysis for shares there. I hope the points and the concept are clear, that whether the market took support earlier and came down, so this is our support, and all the people who thought that this is the support for the market and bought and went to the long positions, and as soon as the market go down, they are trapped in there, and whenever the market comes up to this level, it acts as a resistance, because these people will exit and they'll exit by selling, and the reverse happens for shorting. So I hope everything is clear, and the concept of option buying, that why I don't like option buying, is also clear. So this is it for the video. I'll be making one more video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you.